River. Otherwise, I would have started the stream earlier. It is so fun to cross the Mississippi River. I'll be streaming next time I do that. We are on the I-20 going westbound in Louisiana. We just crossed over the border from Mississippi. And we'll be driving for most of the night. Had some false starts today. The road was closed down. The goods I was supposed to take weren't ready. We are going down. A little bumpy. I made myself a roast beef and American cheese sandwich on a potato roll with spicy mustard. It was delicious. I had a bunch of water. I have my iced coffee extra cold and a couple bottles of ice cold water next to me to make sure we got this drive in order. Again, we're in Louisiana. We just crossed over the Mississippi River. I am so sorry I wasn't streaming when we crossed over the Mississippi. It is a lot of fun. Next time, there was always next time. If you're new here, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any streams. And if you really like the stream, share it a couple times with your friends, your family, and your co-workers. The more people that watch, the more likely I am to continue. And we'll see how far we can take this stream. This weekend, we are headed north into Arkansas. Then we are going to Atlanta, and then we are going to Florida after that. So we've got a big weekend ahead of us, and you are welcome to join in on the ride. While you're watching, tell me what your favorite car is, or tell me what you drive yourself. I am in the market for a new vehicle, a new personal vehicle. Since my Jeep blew up, the engine blew up, and truck's home, and that is highly unfortunate. I do have some time since I have this truck to go places, to really shop around and see what I want. I'm thinking about getting a Ford Bronco. Tell me what you think about Ford Broncos, and if you like them, which model you like the best. There are so many models. I like it when things are simple. I don't like the fact that there's so many models. Then I have to choose. I already kind of chose what I want. Now I have to choose a model, and it's just, I don't know. Too many choices make for bedfellows, as they said it. We are going 69 miles an hour. That is 69996 down the I-20 westbound in Louisiana right now. I am caffeinated, fed, and hydrated. Well, watered, as you might say. Some people are so impatient. I hope you get to wherever you're going real fast, buddy. Real fast. Showered in like 3 or 4 days, maybe longer. Actually, yeah, maybe longer than that. I wanted to shower, I don't know, about 36 hours or so ago, but where I was staying at the truck stop, the showers were shut down because they were messing with the plumbing. So I am in desperate need of a shower. I'll take care of that tonight. Hopefully I can do some laundry. But that might not happen. The laundry might not happen. The shower will certainly happen. I'm going to one of my favorite truck stops. I just always sleep really well there, so things should work out for me. Goods we got behind us right now are going to Arkansas, and we're driving about another 90 miles, picking up something else, and going to south of Atlanta where we were the other day, and then from there we are going to Jacksonville, Florida. I got an Airbnb in Jacksonville a couple years back. It was beautiful. I delivered a trailer full of windows, and no, sorry, not windows. I delivered a trailer full of garage doors to a business that installs garage doors on houses, and I parked next to their business for 3 days and took a beautiful break in Jacksonville. I ran on the beach. I got a bunch of food from the Publix, and I cooked a bunch of meals for myself and made a bunch of really, really healthy, delicious smoothies for myself as well. Got a little sunburn, I slept so well. And I probably will not get a chance to stay at that same Airbnb or any Airbnb at all this time I go to Jacksonville, but I did have a really nice time there. The guy even lent me one of his bikes. His bicycle's the owner of the garage door install place lent me one of his bikes, and I cycled around to the supermarket and the beach and all that cool stuff. It was so much fun. I'm not sure, you guys remember that? It's like a 2-season show. It was about this slacker who had like one of those beach cruiser bikes. He was like independently wealthy somehow. I'm not sure even that even came out on the show. He just kind of like lounged around the beach and like slept with beautiful women and like had like small dramas with his friends. This came out, I want to say this came out like 7-8 years ago. It wasn't the greatest show on the planet, but there was some like calming aspect to it. I forget what it was called. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments. It was fairly good. I cannot remember the name. I was kind of sad it only lasted 2 seasons. But, I mean, like I said, it wasn't, like, top tier. However, it was fairly good. I'm not sure how big the audience was. If I had to guess, I would say the audience wasn't at God tier levels, which is why they canceled it. Obviously, it could have been any other reason to this on too, but yeah. We are going into some backwoods. We might lose data, we might not. I'm not sure. I hope we don't. There are some really, really nice sights ahead of us, and there are some really drab sights ahead of us. But regardless, if you're in a good mood and you've had a satisfying, productive week, you are going to you're gonna have a good Friday. I work almost every day of my living life on the truck, and that's okay. I've gotten used to it, but I know that normal people do not. So I really hope you guys had a nice, satisfying, productive week, and you are able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and have a nice meal tonight. Maybe watch a movie, play some cards with some loved ones, perhaps some Monopoly. I freaking love Monopoly. I haven't played proper game Monopoly in a bit. Right? When was the last time I played? I think I feel like the last time I played a proper game of Monopoly was, I can't remember. I cannot remember. So there you go. There you go. There's that for you. Like I said, we are in Louisiana. I know one woman in Louisiana. I haven't seen her or spoken to her in quite a while, and I will not be able to see her today or tomorrow. Well, I'm leaving Louisiana really soon. She is trouble incarnate, but I am half the time attracted to women like that, and half the time I'm attracted to goody two-shoes. What can I say? You guys get to see a small town in Louisiana that you would never be able to see otherwise if you weren't here with me riding along. I was going the other way, so I was a couple blocks away west. Well, 1 block away west. And I was sitting here for quite a while. Do not stop on the train tracks, friend. Do not stop on the train tracks. I do not want to film someone getting run over by a train. That is the last thing I want on this stream. On that building said Lit City Gaming. We are passing by either the courthouse. I'd say it's the courthouse. We're passing by the courthouse on the left here. We got Tallulah Municipal Building over here. So, okay, so that's the courthouse. The municipal building is right here up on the right. Looks like the coppers are there too. We got Popeyes on the left. We got Knock Off BBQ here on the left as well. We got First South Farm Credit Union, the Allen C. Fisher Jr. Building, Susie Williams Insurance Agency across the street from Capital One Bank. Oh my, United Credit, lots of banks around here. They got money. Maybe not, but there's lots of banks. There's some little children on the street. Be careful. We got Beans Drugs. What's up, everyone? If you just joined the stream, we are in Louisiana. We just crossed the Mississippi River from Mississippi, of course. We are on our way to Arkansas. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Get to see the backwoods Louisiana. This is the stuff you never see. Decent in terms of efficiency and views. And honestly, if I were you guys, I would stay on the stream. This is stuff you've never seen before. This is real rural America we're going to be passing through. The only thing I'm worried about is whether the stream keeps on going just due to my availability of data, seeing that we're going to be in rural Louisiana. But otherwise, this is going to be some views for you guys. I hope the sun doesn't go down too soon. Got a lot of farms. Farm on the left here, farm on the right. Some swampland we're passing by. I don't know if you guys are into horror movies, but there is a horror movie based in New York City that I saw in the movie theater. I don't know, for some reason I thought of it because I thought of like some horror scenes going on around our surroundings, and then I thought of one of my favorite horror movies. What is her name? What is that actress's name? She's in the new Top Gun as Tom Cruise's love interest. She is in the Labyrinth. She was young when she was in the Labyrinth. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about. The girl who was in the Labyrinth, and the girl who was Tom Cruise's love interest in the new Top Gun. And she was also in Requiem for a Dream. If you look her up, look her name up, and then look with horror movie next to it, and you'll find the horror movie she was in. She plays the mother of a young girl who finds a haunted water tower in New York City, and the girl in the water tower's name is Ceci, and it is quite the horror movie. I don't know. I'd watch it tonight if I hadn't seen it before. Like I said, she's the actress in the Labyrinth and the new Top Gun and Requiem for a Dream. Type her name in with horror movie and it'll come right up. I do recommend. I'm sorry, I forget her name right now. Happy I ate just now before I started out. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I thought of food, and I was kind of ravenous. I had a roast beef American cheese sandwich stacked to the hilt on a potato roll with a lot of spicy mustard. It was delicious. I got a lot of good food yesterday finally from the Kroger, along with the roast beef American cheese, potato buns, and spicy mustard. I got a bushel of blueberries, that is an exaggeration, a bunch of bananas, a bunch of pre-grilled chicken, a lot of rice, almond milk, iced coffee, strawberry jam, water, and oatmeal. I think that is the entire list. Oh, I got a copy of the Wall Street Journal as well. So what's up, y'all? Just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. I just hope the data holds up. This should be quite the eventful ride in terms of sights and roads. Definitely roads that you guys might never get to drive on. I don't even mean this road. I'd say no one that's watching will ever get to drive on this exact road. But I just mean like roads that are similar to this road. If you've ever seen My Cousin Vinny, a lot of the towns we're gonna go through tonight are those kind of small towns. might take advantage of the people passing through in terms of stopping them for speeding and things of that nature. A lot of cars and trucks alike get stopped in small towns like this in Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico, because the speed limits go down so quickly and trucks and cars do not slow down fast enough. So they're caught up in a speeding ticket. And the beautiful thing about that, I don't think it's beautiful, but the beautiful thing about that for the towns is not one of those people, or a very small percentage of those people, are actually going to go right back to that town and fight it for it. So usually they just get their money. They get paid in full without any static whatsoever. Got the railroad next to us. It is not moving at the moment. That is something I've always wanted to do, is hop a freight train. I doubt. I mean, I've ridden on trains all over the world, but I've never hopped a freight train. I have hopped a few trains and not paid for my transit in my youth, but I've never hopped on a freight train. Have any of you hopped on a freight train? This is not something I am recommending you do. It is dangerous for so many reasons. We are going 58 miles an hour. That is 58, not 85 in rural Louisiana. And as long as we don't hit traffic of any kind, we will be in Arkansas later tonight, where I will stop and shower finally. Tomorrow we will be on our way to the Atlanta area. Probably will not make it all the way tomorrow, though we could. And on Sunday, we will be on our way to Jacksonville, Florida. So quite the packed weekend. Quite the packed weekend. That turn wasn't that sharp, but as I was turning, it looked like the stream wanted to go horizontal. That was interesting. If you've never seen the movie I was just mentioning, My Cousin Vinny, it is one of my favorite movies, definitely in the top 10, if not the top 5. It is very, very funny. My brain is almost to the limit on information this Friday, so if I forget names, please excuse me. I'm reading a few books at the moment, as long as a couple of magazines, and I'm always researching ways to optimize the way I do business on the truck and make as much money as I can while I'm out here, when I'm out here. And since I'm always out here, that's probably a smart thing to do. I hope that rhymes in some fashion, form or another. Someone was asking about the amount of money I make the other night. While I'm not going to tell you the exact number or even close to it, I kind of hinted in the stream if you want to go back and watch it through the hours. But no, I will say I make good money doing this job. I would say compared to the average American, I make really, really, really good money. But I do work quite a lot. If you were to take my workload and compare it to what the average American workload is, then I still make good money. But this job is rough in a lot of ways. I am not playing a small violin for myself or looking for sympathy. I am just saying, while I'm actually well paid, there is a lot of extraness to this job that makes it hard. And it took a while to get used to this lifestyle. And anyone that wants to try this out, the only thing I can say is 2 words: don't quit. Don't quit. And that is easier said than done. Like anything else, maybe not anything else, but in this job you cannot take things personal. There's a lot of stuff you'll have to deal with, especially up front when you're new. A lot of things to learn, a lot of things to deal with, just a way of life that takes some getting used to, especially if you come from a regular, comfortable American life. No matter what social strata you come from in the United States, it's going to take you some getting used to be on a trip all the time. Music up ahead. What I mean by that is just something going on, a lot of flashing lights. I don't think it's the cops. I think there just might be a traffic issue, like a tow truck or some kind of, you know what I think it is. I'm getting closer. I think it's a large object on the truck, large load. So here's a follow vehicle. Or it might be a cop behind a tractor, behind like a farm tractor. That's what I think it might be. I'm gonna gauge whether I should pass or not. If it's a cop, it's a tricky situation on whether I should pass or not. I think it is a cop. I think I'm gonna pass. Truck with some flashy lights. And they were turning right there, so I didn't really have to pass, but I was already in motion on my pass, so I went ahead and did it anyway. Definitely roads I don't want to be on earlier in the day, like now doing the same road at night. It's okay. I don't feel unsafe. It's just better in my eyes to do these roads during the day. You can see all that's going around, on around, and roads are black. These roads are just black. There are no lights whatsoever. Maybe a twinkle here and there from a farmhouse, but that's all you're gonna get. If you've never seen rural America up front, this is rural America up front and personal in Louisiana. This is not necessarily, well, this is about as backcountry as you can get, I'd say, in Louisiana. Maybe not in other places. There are places, you know, it's funny, California for being one of the most popular, well, it is the most populated state, right? Sorry, I'm holding my tongue, I apologize. California for being the most populated state in the United States. It is such a massive state that I'd say the most out-of-the-way places I have been where bad things might occur is in California, which is a funny thing to say for me since it's the most populated state. But there are some out-of-the-way places that some unsavory characters play around in California, and I've been through those areas. And I am not talking about South Central LA either. I'm talking about way out in the boondocks, past Joshua Tree. People are living in hovels, and obviously, well, not obviously, but those people are probably fine. They are just trying to live their lives and survive, but there are some bad actors out there. But I'm not sure we'll ever get back to California on the stream. Just with the kind of goods I transport, there's not much California freight for me these days, which is kind of sad for me. A lot of people don't like driving to California. I like it. Part of the reason I like it is because I know the roads in California really well. I started out driving in the West, and I have no problem being there. I do marvel at some of the rich areas in California where everyone is driving the latest model Mercedes or BMW. It is just incredible to me how much money is in some parts of California. And then it's also incredible how poor some of our areas of California are too. Just like the areas I was just talking about where people are generally just living in type of hovels or like shacks with no electricity and running water. It's just incredible that forget about the same country, that in the same state, literally 60, 70 miles away, we have extreme wealth and extreme poverty. And it is very sad. But that's the way of our society, I guess. Reed is the actress, but so the actress I was thinking of earlier that is in that horror movie that came to mind is Jennifer Connelly, and I believe the movie is Dark Water. Again, that's Dark Water, but don't quote me on that. It is Jennifer Connelly though for sure. She's going through a divorce in the movie with her young daughter, and she has a divorce lawyer. She moves into an apartment on, I believe it is Randall's Island, off the shore of Manhattan Island in New York City. And there's a little ghost girl named Ceci. Either the little ghost girl is named Ceci or Jennifer Garner's daughter. I just said Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Connelly's daughter in the movie is named Ceci. If the movie's not called Dark Water, then just look up Jennifer Connelly and then type in horror movie and it should come right up. But if you don't have a movie picked out for tonight, I recommend that one if you like horror films. Ice cold, I drive ice cold. It is just a nice way to live in the truck. It is one of the things I'm able to give to myself while I'm on the truck. Can't give myself much of anything else, so might as well sleep at a very, very cold temperature. not seeing. Wow, that is quite the truck. Just joined us this evening. We are in rural Louisiana and we are on our way to Arkansas. Most of the drives tonight will be on back roads. Only thing I'm concerned about is whether the data holds up as we get deeper and deeper into the country. So we can smell the nice breeze as we take this left turn. Wall up here says Lake Providence. We are history makers. Forage and live. It says forage and live. Broke down buildings in a town, but nonetheless, they are a cool sight sometimes. Sometimes. That light change trying to catch me. Chino Express. I am not being racist. That sign literally says Chino Express with a panda, Chinese, and seafood. 500 feet away. Should we visit? I doubt it. Watching the stream yesterday, that is the one food I am a snob about. There are only some Chinese foods I think are really good. Some Chinese restaurants I think are really good. And the staple of small towns like this, of course, is a Sonic. I'm actually surprised there's a Sonic here, but hey, good for them. Trees are growing out right over the wonder what the exhibits look like, if you know what I mean. Louisiana State Cotton Museum. Interesting. Or I should hope some of the exhibits look like what I would think they should look like. Maybe not. Maybe we have twisted history there. Who knows? I'll talk about some hot topics. I am not going to talk about that one. Evergreen Missionary Baptist Church. That is quite the mouthful. The Evergreen Missionary Baptist Church is where we just passed by. Look at these beautiful lawns. Someone has money around here. Ooh, they do. Look at that field full of horses. Interesting to see that one lone house or plantation of sorts that has money amongst the poverty sometimes. I think one of the coolest things with language is saying something without actually saying it. That is one of the... You could learn how to do that in an artful, succinct way, then you have definitely got it somewhere. hopefully we got some data out here. We can get the stream out so you guys can ride along. There are some tractors on the road. What's that Tom Cruise movie? I feel like I'm always talking about Tom Cruise movies, which is kind of funny because I feel like he's not really one of my favorite actors. Anyway, what's that Tom Cruise movie? The aliens, and they come down on like those tripods, and they like snatch everyone up and eat them, or like process them through their harvesters, and blood spurts out. Anyway, that's what these massive tractors just reminded me of that for some reason just now. What's her name is in that too? Dakota Fanning plays Tom Cruise's daughter. What's her name? I remember the name. I remember the name. My brain is clearing up as we drive. Just need a little kickstart. Thankfully, I got my iced coffee. Quite the weekend ahead of us. We are in rural Louisiana, going northwest to Arkansas at the moment. Then we'll be on our way to Atlanta, south of Atlanta, and finally Jacksonville, Florida. Late Sunday night, early Monday morning. A lot of farms around here. I'm not sure what they grow. I'm guess soybeans and sugar cane and maybe some tobacco mixed in. I'm probably somewhere in the realm of possibilities for what they grow down here. Just joining the stream, what is up? Hope you're enjoying the views of rural Louisiana. We've done some cool things over the past few days. The first week of the stream, we went over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, which is an 18-mile bridge tunnel from coast of Virginia, the coast of Delaware and Virginia to Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Little Creek, Virginia, where I used to live on the beach. We have gone through a truck wash. I know that doesn't sound so exciting, but it's one of the most relaxing things I do out here. I know, I have a sad, sorrowful life. No, I'm just kidding. Really like the truck wash. Truck wash early Monday morning before the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. We went to south of the border, which is a tourist attraction in northern Southern Carolina. It is right over the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. They call it south of the border for two reasons. Sort of a double entendre of sorts. It is just south of the border of North Carolina, but they are really playing upon the fact that they have like a Mexican beach south of the border, south of the United States border into Mexico. There are some big statues of some fat, jolly Mexican drunk men, some dinosaurs. We went to a store full of souvenirs and trinkets and tchotchkes, and we went to see the fireworks store as well. So go back to that stream. It is labeled in the past live videos. Want to see what's south of the border. If you've ever heard of south of the border, it is a tourist destination and it is a must-see if you are traveling south through North Carolina, South Carolina on the I-95, or north through South Carolina and North Carolina on the I-95. See a tornado. I know you guys want to see a tornado too. Be careful what you wish for, right? Well, I'm ready. I tell you what, I'm ready. Oh my God, we're about to pass the state line. Are you ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. We are in Arkansas. You guys love, I don't know if you guys, if in different countries, if the road color changes when you go to another country. I'm guessing it does. I cannot remember right now. I haven't been on the road much in different countries, more like the train. Maybe in a taxi. So I can't really remember if the road color changes country to country or like county to county, as it were, in different countries. But the road conditions and the road color changes a lot when you pass by through into another state when you're in the United States. And we just passed by from Louisiana to Arkansas, and the road color completely changed from blue to brown. Welcome to Arkansas. Home of Bill and Hillary Clinton. I don't think they live here anymore, but this is where they started their political careers out. I think they reside in New York State, if I'm not mistaken. They're all over the place because they make money speaking everywhere and still living that jet-setting life, but I think their residence is now in New York State. Signal to the pickup truck behind me that he can go around me. Not a lot of people pick up on signals like that. Some do. Usually people pick up on them right away. Otherwise, they don't know what I mean when I flash my lights at them. I am currently kind of obsessed with peppermint patties. I think I might stop for one in an hour. So they are so delicious. I used to like them when I was a child as well, and I have fallen back in love with them. Like I said earlier, this is rural America, specifically southern Arkansas. We just passed through Louisiana. Border into southern Arkansas. Honestly, I would rather be in Louisiana than Arkansas. That's just me. Wouldn't it be so fun to shoot some kind of low-budget horror movie at some rundown abandoned motel? Maybe not a abandoned motel, but some rundown motel. We need some kind of electricity going around. Some beds that function for the movie. That is a cotton field on our left. I wish you could grow wool. I mean, I guess you can grow wool if you grow sheep, but I wear a lot of wool in general in my life. I love wool. I'm wearing some wool right now. My socks are wool. But I wear 100% wool shirts and boxers and things like that as well. Ancestral farms. Interesting. John Jordan Jacob Howard. I think that's like similar to whatever it is. here in Arkansas. Which means it is either 12:17 a.m. or 1:17 a.m. GMT. I like you guys over the pond. I do. I really enjoyed my time in London and Paris and Tarragona, Spain. I love it over there. I've never been to Germany. I've hung out with a bunch of German people in different countries and different manners, but I've never been there. And I am heavily German. I am nearly half German from various trees of my family, if not even more, I guess, if you make it that way.
really need is a peppermint patty.
overcast tonight, but that is a nice change from all the sun that has been burning into my eyes lately. Oh my. I have gotten so much sun, and I do not have transition sunglasses, nor do I have prescription sunglasses at the moment. And the eyeglasses I am wearing have been fogging up, and then just the coating on them corroded. When an eyeglass, so a person was fixing my glasses, they put some kind of fluid on there of some sort that corroded the coating that I had on there, so they do not function nearly as well as they used to. I do need to get new glasses soon, and I will be doing that probably over the next month or so, hopefully. The problem is, a lot of these eyeglasses places you need to make an appointment, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to be in certain places, so it's hard to do things like that sometimes. Please, if you are driving your truck, do not drive alongside them. What I mean by that is, do not stay alongside them or behind them on the side. It is dangerous. That is what this guy on the left was just doing. It is dangerous and annoying. Just be better. Be better. You're gonna pass a truck, pass a truck. Try not to stay too close for too long. Oh, gun and pawn. What an American place. What an American business. Pawn your goods and buy a gun. What is this guy doing? I don't think he knows what he's doing. Has he been drinking tonight? God, get off the coach. Going from lane to lane. He's swerving right now. Taking up both lanes. What up, Fallout, Elias, Janaya, hey Glenn, Joni, Warren, Salick, Charles, Borislav. What's going on? What's going on this evening? Bicycle right here. Get it? I like it. I like it. He's got a colorful shirt on. I like it. I like somewhere. Hopefully home. Hopefully he is okay. But he's got a bright shirt on so people can see him. Another pedestrian on the road. That's 3 in a row. Well, 2 people walking and 1 on a bicycle. We are going 66 miles an hour. That is 66, not 66, but 66. Desperate, dire need of a peppermint patty. Providence stops. I love being silly sometimes. Guys are just joining the stream and you like the stream, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any streams. Click that notification bell so you know when I am streaming. And if you really like the stream, share it with a couple of your friends, a couple of your family members, a couple of your co-workers. The more people that watch, the more likely I am to continue into the future. seriously and sincerely, thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a great first week of the stream. I enjoy driving so much more when I know you guys are here riding with me. This is a hard enough job as it is, so any way to ease that up for me is just a great thing. So I'm really happy that I started streaming, and it's been a week, and thank you so much for riding along with me. Thank you so much for your comments, and here's to another week. Let's take this week by week and see how many people we can get watching, and see what we can do, see the places we can go, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope so much that you guys enjoy the stream. up and talk about. I'll be right back. Thanks, Fallout. I love streaming. have peppermint patties. I had to settle for something else. I hate settling. They only had, well, they had much of nothing. I got a Hershey's with almonds. I like these, but I'm obsessed with peppermint patties these days. I almost shouldn't have got a candy, to be honest. Of things written on the walls of my truck. One of the things I wrote is, "It is foolish to desire what you refuse to suffer for." It is foolish to desire what you refuse to suffer for. If that has any meaning for you, then take it in and digest it and think about it. Again, it is foolish to desire what you refuse to suffer for. Getting cold in the truck. Getting cold. Could have put on a sweatshirt. I have 3 layers on in the summer. I have a t-shirt on, a long sleeve t-shirt, and now a big sweatshirt that I got from my aunt for Christmas. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, my sweet auntie. She's actually a pretty hard woman, but she did give me a sweatshirt. She acts soft, but she is nothing but hard. Nothing but hard. Should I go this way? I think I should. Go the easy way, not the hard way. Empty and the other is full. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. up on the left is abandoned truck stop. Like I was talking about last night, why do they do that? Just refurbish it if you need to. It's a moneymaker. If anything, they are great cash cows from cash on hand, which leads to good business loans, which leads to other businesses, cash flow. This Hershey's with almonds isn't bad, it's not bad, but I wanted a peppermint patty. If I want a peppermint patty, I should get a peppermint patty. What is this? What is this BS? I don't ask for much, I really don't. Oh, this is fun. We're about to be at, and I'll say it when we're there. 1555555. That's what it says on the mileage counter on the truck. Again, that was 1555555. Walmart has peppermint patties, but Walmart trip just takes too long. My eyes wander. I'll start asking out cashiers. I'll break loose. truck that ran on propane before? Have you all driven a truck that ran on propane? Not many trucks run on propane, but I have driven a truck that ran on propane. workout session or something like that, hopefully. If you can get some, get some. If you're like me, celibate, I'm just kidding. I guess I am technically celibate at the moment. It has been a few months. About to go down and we're about to be in the darkness. In the darkness. What will we see in the darkness? I am not sure. What will be in the darkness? Like there is something on the road, and I am correct. There is something on the road as it is. It is a big piece of the tire. We are going 66 miles an hour. That is 66 miles an hour. Not 66, but 66. 66 miles an hour. And we are not in a fun state to spell its name. Mississippi was fun to spell out. Arkansas is boring. Boring. Sorry, Arkansas. Arkansas and then its brother, sister, uncle, cousin, whatever you want to, Kansas, are two of my least favorite states. Kansas is my least favorite state. I have had reckonings in Kansas. I got shot at in Kansas. So that's never fun. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. Banging down these roads this evening in sharp contrast to what happened earlier today when I was held up by a road closure and other unfortunate circumstances. So it is a nice change from earlier this morning, afternoon, etc., 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 etc. I cannot wait to get to middle of Arkansas when I can stop so I can finally shower. It has been about almost, by the time I am able to shower, it'll have been, sadly to say, about 5 days since I showered. Now that sometimes happens. I wanted to take a shower a couple days ago, but the truck stop I was at, the showers were down, and since then I've been unable to stop at a truck stop to shower, unfortunately. This town we're entering has 5,238 people residing here. 5238. thresher for a farm. Not that I really know what a thresher is. I guess I can guess what a thresher might be. Something that threshes wheat, perhaps corn. not a rain god. I've been saying it should rain for the past 3 days, so I am not a rain god. If it rained on the same day as I say it should rain without looking at the weather, then I might be a rain god, but I am not a rain god, sadly. Slightly nice if it rained, as the windshield is absolutely covered in bugs. It like happened all of a sudden. It was like bang, 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 bang. The guy behind me is painting my bumper, and I really don't like that. Make a phone call or two, and I will be back in, I'm not sure how long, maybe between like 45 minutes and an hour and a half. I'll see you guys a little later on tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has just been Fabulous. I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.